All right, let's pull back the curtain on the world of business. What actually makes a coffee shop a business while a family dinner isn't? We're going to break down the essential DNA of any business operation, from the biggest companies you can think of right down to the smallest startups. So let's jump in. It's absolutely true. Think about it. From the moment you wake up to the app you just scrolled through, business operations are literally all around us. They're kind of the invisible engine that makes our world tick, shaping our lives in ways we don't even notice. So to really get a handle on all this, we're going to start big and then zoom way in. First, we'll look at the two basic types of all human activity. Then we'll narrow our focus to the specific ways people earn a living. From there, we'll pin down what a business actually is. And finally, we'll uncover the 8 key ingredients that every single business has to have. Okay, let's start at the very, very beginning with the two fundamental types of activities that every single one of us does.
What's really cool about this is just how simple the difference is. If you're doing something to earn money, like, your job, that's an economic activity. Simple. But if you're doing it for love or satisfaction or just to help someone out, like a mom helping her kid with homework, that's non-economic. One is all about your livelihood, and the other, well, that's about life itself.
All right, so let's focus just on those economic activities for a minute. When it comes to earning a living, there are really 4 main paths people take. Let's break them down. First up, the big one, business. Now, the keywords here are regularly and profit. See, selling your old bike online just once? That's not a business. But if you start buying bikes, fixing them up, and selling them every single weekend to make money, yep, now you're in business. It's an ongoing thing with the main goal of making a profit. Next up, you've got a profession. This isn't really about selling a product, it's about selling your expertise. Think about doctors, lawyers, accountants, even architects. They use years of super specialized training and knowledge to give you a service, and they usually have to follow a strict code of conduct. Then there's employment, and this is the path most of us are on. The deal here is pretty straightforward. You work for someone else, you follow their roles, and in return, you get a predictable paycheck. It's a direct trade of your time and skills for money. And finally, we have a huge category that honestly cuts across all the others, services. The main difference here is that you're not getting a physical thing you can hold. You're being an action or an experience or a piece of advice. So that doctor in a profession, they provide a healthcare service. The bank teller in employment, they provide a financial service. It's a massive, massive part of our economy today. Okay, so we've kind of placed business in the grand scheme of things. Now, let's zoom in even further and get right to the heart of what a business truly is. We always think profit, profit, profit. And yeah, that's essential. But the modern idea of a business is so much richer than that. Sure, it comes from the word busy, keeping yourself occupied to earn a living. But today, a great business is also about creating something new, really understanding what customers need, and adding real value to the world. People have been trying to nail down this definition for a long time. This classic one from Louis H. Haney really gets to the engine of it all. It's about people doing things, specifically to create wealth, through that constant cycle of buying something and then selling it. Here's another way to look at it from B.O. Wheeler. He calls a business an institution, which is key. It's an organized system. And this highlights a really important two-sided coin. A business exists to serve society, to give us things we need. But the whole thing is driven by the personal motivation to make a profit. So now that we've got a better feel for what a business is, let's get super specific. We're going to break down the 8 essential characteristics, the absolute DNA of any business out there. Imagine for a second you're building a business from the ground up. What are the absolute must-have non-negotiable parts? Well, let's tick them off one by one. Okay, number 1, and this is the big one, it has to be an economic activity. The whole point, the fundamental reason it even exists, is to earn money. Any other goals, social good, personal passion, they're all secondary to that primary need to be financially viable. Trait number 2, there absolutely has to be a sale or an exchange. This is such a critical difference. If you sell a toy in a shop, that is business. But if you take that exact same toy and give it to your kid as a gift, not a business. It's the transaction, that exchange of value, that makes it business. And building right on that is our third trait, regularity. Selling your old, dusty air conditioner online is just a one-off thing. But if you start buying up used ACs, fixing them up, and selling them over and over again as your main gig, that is a business. It's the recurring, consistent nature of the selling that counts. Number 4, A business has to get its hands on the stuff it sells, right? And this basically happens in one of three ways. You can make it yourself, like a factory. You can buy it from someone else to resell, like a supermarket. Or you can create and deliver a service that isn't a physical thing at all, like a bank. And that brings us to the most famous trait of all. Number 5, the profit motive. Just look at this example. A dealer buys a house for 85 lakh and sells it for 95. That 10 lakh profit, it's so much more than just money. It's the lifeblood. It's what lets the business survive. It's the fuel for growth. It's the reward for taking a huge risk. It's even a sign of how efficient you are. And over time, it's what builds your reputation. But here's the thing. You can't have profit for long without trait number 6, consumer satisfaction. I mean, in today's world, this is completely non-negotiable. The businesses that really succeed are the ones that are obsessed with making their customers happy, because a happy customer always comes back. But even if your customers love you, there's always trait number 7, uncertainty of return. You pour your time, your money, your energy into a business hoping for a profit, but there is absolutely no guarantee. The market can change on a dime, and losses are a very, very real possibility for every business owner. And that leads us straight to our final trait, number 8, the risk element. Risk is like the shadow of a business. It's always there. It can pop up from a new competitor, from a crazy new technology that makes your product irrelevant, or even from something simple like a fire or theft. It is just an unavoidable part of the game. So there you have it, the 8 core traits that define any business. But I want to leave you with a question to chew on. As our world keeps changing faster and faster, which of these traits, profit, risk, customer satisfaction, which one do you think will be the most important for the successful businesses of the future? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.